Today I fucked up by listening to my wife's phone call recordings. My wife has no filters and is a habitual overshare who refuses to accept that she ever speaks without filters, and now I think that she's just a petty human with a juvenile sensibility. I run a restaurant with a partner, we aren't exactly friends, and 3 days ago he tells me that my wife called him to ask if the restaurant was doing fine, that she needed to cross-check that I was being true about the money we were making. Though it's hurtful as is that she doesn't trust me, she embarrassed me further by talking to him about my parents' debts that he had no idea about. My wife doesn't appreciate me helping out my parents with their debts, because I already help them out with their daily expenses. Her apprehensions make sense to me, but I've always been upfront with the money that I send them, and it is something that I can't not do when I am in a very comfortable position in my life. We both work, we're in our early 30s and we don't have any kids or plan to have any for the next 5 years, and money hasn't been a problem for the 5 years we've been married. From the conversation I had with my partner, I felt that he left out something else that my wife said to him. My wife and I had a huge fight over this, and I again had the inkling that she was trying to ascertain what all my friends shared with me and stick to only talking about that. The next night when she was asleep, I checked her call recordings. Recording calls comes in handy in her line of work. She frequently works with some local vendors who don't read and write. This is not something that I'm proud of and I were to regret later. While going on a montage about how bad my family is, she told my friend about my sister's extramarital affair before her husband died. He died because of cancer. My partner was a close friend of my late Bill, and her affair was something she only shared with us after he died. She's literally getting treated for depression because of the guilt, and my wife also told him that my sister is suicidal. She also told him that my father uses adult diapers. She had called him again in the morning, almost scolding him for telling me everything and asking him if he told me about the things she said about my family and my sister's affair. I know I invited this horror on myself by choosing to listen to the things she didn't choose to say to me, but I practically hate her now. We only fought about the money I sent to my parents infrequently, and it never seemed like she had any problems with my sister. My sister has nothing to do with our daily lives, and my wife doesn't talk to her either. I hate her for not having any filters at all. Things have been snowballing with her open mouth, and it's getting to point that it's mentally draining having to worry about her blurting out something that she shouldn't and embarrass me or someone I care about or herself. Our relationship just doesn't make sense to me right now, and I bought this on myself by poking my nose in her phone. Dr. My wife spilled my family problems to my work friend on call. I fucked up by listening to her call recording, and now I hate her. No, see now, I overshare. But when I overshare, it's me telling people that I peed myself at work or that I've eaten dog food, wet, the kind with chunks and gravy. This is vile and seems malicious. Shame on her. Dump her. You don't have kids with her or her trust. No reason to be there. Today I fucked up by informing my significant other that I didn't arrive home safely. My significant other and I don't live together, and we both have a lengthy commute to work in different directions. It's become routine that we text each other when we leave work and when we arrive home. Today, I forgot to let significant other know that I had left work. When I got home, I had an unread message. How's work? I replied with 3 messages. I am home. I thought I texted when I left work. As it turns out, I did not. I could see that only the first one sent, but I got caught up in a conversation with my roommate and wasn't paying much attention to my phone. About 10 minutes passed before my phone rang. I had no idea why my significant other needed to call me. I didn't think there was anything urgent going on. I picked up, and immediately my significant other was asking, "Are you okay? Are you safe?" As it turns out, those last 2 messages took some time to send, and my significant other apparently had this conversation. How's work? I am home. I thought I texted when I left work. It's okay, I'm glad you made it home safe. As it turns out, I did not. Wait, what? Are you okay? Babe? Hello? I had failed to respond, caught up in conversation, leaving my significant other to fret over me possibly dying in a ditch somewhere. Too long did not read. Delayed texts informed my significant other that I did not get home safely, and I didn't look at my phone enough to realize. Edit. I promise this isn't a controlling or toxic relationship. Sometimes I do forget to text, or significant other does, and both of us tend to assume the other forgot, is busy, something came up. We fully trust each other to go about our lives and take care of ourselves. The texts are just a peace of mind type thing. The only reason significant other got so anxious, worried was because I apparently explicitly said I wasn't okay. Thanks for the concern. I understand where it's coming from. But I can't depict the extent of our relationship in a short Reddit post, lol. It's okay, I'm glad you made it home safe. As it turns out I did not. If a person had the wits about them to come out with that answer, I'd be more amused than worried. Lol, glad you were okay after all. This reminds me of a post I saw a while back. Can't remember where sadly, of someone's 3-person group chat that was something like, Person 1. Where are you guys? Person 2. We're fucking. Person 2. On our way. This message failed to send. Person 1. You're doing what? Edit. Formatting. We have had PHNE issues for months where messages take hours or days to send, receive. You might have had something similar happen. One more reason to not send what's supposed to be one message in multiple disconnected chunks. On an unrelated side note, I knew a person who would write everything basically 2 words at a time. Fucking infuriating.